Hello, welcome back to the M2 Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Anthony. My co-host right here is Mr. J.K. Heath. Kyle Heath is the show where we cover gaming industry-related news of the last week. Yeah. So this week we're going to talk a little bit about how there's a Blizzard lawsuit that is kind of an end of an era to the World of Warcraft. We're going to mention No Man's Sky. Most recent update had a massive surge of players coming into the fold. That was actually pretty sick. I think it might have been their all-time record peak players. There's also a Steam update in the UK for any UK listeners. Steam now requires you to do age verification for certain websites or certain game pages. And finally, we're going to talk a little bit about Star Citizen. The director came out and is hoping that the single player spin-off, which is, I believe, Squadron 42, I think, is going to be a massive success. But before we get into it, Kyle, how you been, dude? What have you been up to? Have you been gaming recently?
Sure have. I completed Crime Scene Cleaner first off. Completed that.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. Yeah.
Excited about that. I started up another simulator game this week. I was just looking through Game Pass, like what we got. Came across Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. I was like, you know what? I want to learn more about cars. I wonder if this will help me. so I started playing it. I don't know, like 6-8 hours in. I'm learning a thing or two about your brakes and your engine and all that. I don't know how
is it really detailed?
But it's fairly detailed. I mean, I don't know much about cars in real life, but I assume at least fairly detailed. You get pretty deep into like the engine. You can take it fully apart. You gotta fix spark plugs and all that. So
yeah,
it's pretty interesting, and I've definitely learned some stuff I did not know before I started playing that. So I don't know why, man. I just wanted something like right now. I'm just in a mode where I'm like there's content I consume, whether it's like YouTube or what else, or like podcasts, something like that. I'm just like, all right, I'm listening to this, but like I want something to engage my brain. Fire up a simulator game. It's perfect. It doesn't require too much attention. Great to like have some side content to listen to while you do it, and it's been just the perfect vibe. Just sit there and do my thing. So I don't know. It's been the vibe I've been trying to catch before NFL football returns this weekend. Very excited about that. So
that's a fact.
It's kind of burning time until we get the good old football.
That's right, baby. That's so sick, dude. So there's outside of I guess, do we even talk about like fantasy football and stuff like that, even though it is kind of a video game, or is that just too IRL?
I don't know, man. I don't know if we talked about it much last year, but I'm game.
I think we did. I think it was mostly like right before we started getting ready to hit record. I asked you who your starting like draft pick was or what position you got. Yeah. Well, what position was it?
One league, running back, Saquon Barkley. Had to do it.
That's right.
It was right there. Had to go for it. I think it was like third overall or something. Fourth overall. I can't remember what it was.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't too deep. And then the other one, I was like fifth or sixth, or something like that. Maybe I was fourth. I don't know. It was kind of in the middle, and so I was like getting missing out on like the key kind of starting players. So I just ended up getting Amon-Ra St. Brown. He was like right there. I was like, I like watching him play anyway. So whenever lines are on, I'll watch their offense because I like watching that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm looking forward to the season. Do you know who are your favorites out of the NFC and who are your favorites out of the AFC to make it deep playoff run?
Deep playoff runs. That's a really good question. I mean, I think the AFC. I mean, AFC wise, it's like I'm at a point now where just like I don't want to see like Kansas City go for like look like no hate to Kansas City, all right, but when a dynasty rolls along, it gets really hard to root for them after a while. I think we saw that with Patriots. Now we're seeing that with them, Kansas City. So I'm just like, we don't see them. I don't know, man. Like sleeper AFC teams, I will say, dude, the Broncos, man. I drafted Bo Nix in one of my leagues, so I'm just saying, like Broncos, man, their defense is really good. Bo Nix, they said had not a bad rookie season, so we'll see kind of how he does. I have him and Cortland Sutton. I drafted them together in the league, so I'm like, all right, I need this combo to go crazy. All right, so we'll see. But
that's kind of crazy, dude.
yeah, dude, a sleeper two for sure. I don't know. We'll see how they do. I mean, like AFC, like Bills. I always love watching the Bills. Josh Allen. Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, even like the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, man. just seeing the plays he comes up with, and just they're like playing backyard ball at a certain point where it's just like you
Yeah,
can tell
dude,
they're
yeah,
just
they're
outside of
just
scheme, and they're just like seeing whoever's
yeah,
open.
they're like, okay, let's go for it.
Well,
That's right.
I don't know, but yeah, those AFC. I mean, NFC teams like Lions, they're up there, man. It's fun seeing them play, and all that. I mean, there's teams I'm curious about. Like, I mean, Bears is one of them. Now that they hopefully have a good offensive mind now. That'll be driving them. So we'll see how they do. And that whole division's crazy. The Rams always fun to watch. Matt Stafford. I don't know how much longer he's gonna play, so it's always fun seeing him.
Yep.
Because he's still got it. Stuff like that, man. I don't know, dude. It's pretty crazy, dude. I mean, I like the Panthers. I know you don't really like the Panthers, so we don't have to get too much into it. But I'm
I'm
hoping
gonna try my best to root for him this year. I'm gonna give him a chance.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, not expecting anything crazy, but if it's improvement over last year, it's a step in the right direction. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. That's me. Do you have any standout teams, Mike? Any teams you're like, I gotta watch them? They play. Or excited to watch?
Well, I'm definitely gonna watch the Panthers. So yeah, I mean it's my local team. I always give them the first couple of weeks. The thing that's been killing me mentally is how much I knew the Panthers weren't going to be good the last like 2 or 3 years, and how upsetting it was. Like all their decisions, they weren't trying to fix the problem; they were just making more problems.
Yeah.
I really don't like ownership. I'm not faulting the head coach for anything. I'm not faulting for Bryce Young to be there. I just don't think he's good enough. I think they should have went with CJ Stroud. But the point that I'm trying to make is like it's a new season. They have new players. I'll watch the games. I don't think they're going to get more than 4 wins this year. I really don't.
Oh, that's low, man. That's low.
I mean, dude, they're just not a good team. They're like plain and simple. But I'm gonna watch them. I'm definitely gonna watch as much as possible. Right? I would like to watch the Bills. I would like to watch
Yeah.
Ravens games. I want to watch the Lions, and unfortunately, I'll probably hate watch the Eagles. Not that I'm like a big Eagles hater. It's just I don't particularly like that fan base. I
That's
like the
fair. That's
team,
fair.
which is the problem.
Yeah. I mean, I do
Um,
too.
yeah, it's one of those things where like some teams just have a fan base that's kind of toxic or you don't really like.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
those Philly
that
fans, man. They're Philly fans.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
no, I feel it.
I'm quite curious what is gonna happen to the Saints because their
I am
rate's so
too.
low. They're
Yeah, I am too.
yeah, but I don't know. Like, I just don't want to believe that the Saints are gonna be that bad. It's
I don't
just
know,
it's
man.
weird.
Like for me, division wise in our division, they're definitely last. I just don't see them
Agreed.
doing well. So I don't know. We'll see. It's crazy about football. It's you never know some years, but at least with that, it's like they are really down bad right now. Don't have a quarterback, so it's gonna be a rough year.
Exactly, dude. It's just bizarre. I don't know.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. So another team, it's like the good phase was there, and now they're just having to deal with the post success. So that's the phase they're in right now.
That's absolutely right. But it's gonna be an interesting year just overall for sports. Everton making a comeback too, but this isn't really a sports channel. I
It's
think
not.
what might be kind of sports related is all the different orgs that are kind of leaving the scene right now, or even did you see G Fuel is closing up shop?
I saw that and I thought the same thing, but then apparently there was some community notes and I was reading in the comments and people were saying that G Fuel is apparently rebranding and it was like bait to market it as they were closing. So
Oh,
they're actually not closing.
okay.
They're just like rebranding and they just
Very on
baited
brand.
everybody. So
Yeah,
that's what I'd
fair.
heard. So I'm pretty sure
Fair
it's
enough.
just a total rebrand they're doing. I was like,
Mm.
come on, man. I thought the same thing. I was like, dang, dude, G Fuel's out. Here to
Makes
stay,
more sense
apparently.
then. All right, cool, man. So, not too much in the gaming department other than you finishing up some Murder Simulator,
Yeah,
like
Crisis
cleanup
Cleaner
shop,
and all that,
and
yeah.
yeah, Crisis Cleaner. That's pretty cool though. And the mechanic one kind of has me interested. You said it's
Hey,
on
man.
Game Pass.
It was on Game Pass. I was browsing, dude.
All right, I
Trying to
might check
get
that out.
used out of the subscription, till we start getting some
Yeah,
bangers. So,
I need to do some Indiana Jones. That's on the
oh
that's
yeah,
on the list.
dude. Tomorrow, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it's tomorrow or Friday, releasing a
DLC, right?
DLC. Yeah,
hmm
so good time to get into it.
It's been on my mind a while because of that. My whole thing is I need a new TV. That's like a console a couch console game. You know what I mean? So you can just sit
Yeah,
down and like just chill out, big fluffy couch, game it up,
definitely is.
and with the massive TV. So I gotta upgrade my TV big time. I think I told you it's got like a
Smart,
blue
right?
hue. It looks so bad. It looks like more blue than this shirt. We were watching like hockey, and it's super blue. And I remember I was telling people in person, in like a get together, I was like, "Yeah, my TV is just fried. It's like 10 years old. It's completely like the colors all messed up." And then they came over just in passing to go see somebody. They open up the door, walk in, they go, "Oh my gosh, this is really blue." It was like I was watching Everton, which they
Oh
rock the
yeah,
same
yeah,
color your shirt, and it's like the whole backdrop of all the fans super
yeah. It's a
blue.
sea of blue.
Yeah. Like, what are
Okay.
you watching? It's like you're underwater, that level of blue. It's funny. Um,
Oh, that's
yeah,
good.
man.
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. For me though, gaming wise, because I went to New York, drove up there 11 hours, like Friday, and 11
Brutal.
hours on
Brutal.
Monday. Yeah, but at night when I wasn't hanging out with the fams, it was what's it called? Mario Kart 8, grinding that out, which is very nice. But yeah, no more gaming after that, man. Mostly just
It's
trying to
getting
catch up
cooked.
on work.
It's getting cooked.
Yes, sir. How are we doing internet wise right now? Am I lagging?
No, it was a little lag, but everything came through.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything came through.
Yeah, I'm just
So
double checking
yeah,
because we got
I
this
know.
weird lag spike going on
Yeah, I know
with our
Discord is
recording.
acting weird before this, so
Hmm.
we'll see who holds up. We'll see who holds up.
All right.
But
Well, I'll keep the timestamps ready. But if you want to go ahead and jump into the first bit of the articles, yeah, we'll go from there.
let's get it, dude. Let's talk about Blizzard. Blizzard Screen Rant. I haven't done a Screen Rant article in a while. Nicholas Becher. Go with
I think it's Becker. Be sure. Not
Beshore.
Becker.
Yeah, Beshore, I don't know.
Baka.
Nicholas over at Screen Rant. I read an article. Blizzard lawsuit is officially the end of an era for World of Warcraft. Let's get into it. Blizzard has officially taken legal action against popular fan-made World of Warcraft expansion, Turtle WoW, for using copyrighted materials and profiting from them. The move is not very surprising to many players, considering Turtle WoW's blatant use of WoW assets and a recent rise in adverts and news coverage of the fan-made server. The lawsuit could very well spell the end of Turtle WoW's 8-year run as a go-to WoW classic alternative. 8 years is wild. 8
That's a
years
very long
for
time.
That's crazy. Oh, okay.
Wait, I didn't really even realize it was that long. But I guess time has been flowing, man. We
Sure
are in
has.
2025, and they're talking about 2018.
Crazy. It's crazy. Turtle WoW launched all the way back in 2018, and Blizzard is only now taking legal action against Turtle WoW after the server has become incredibly popular in recent months. Reality is that Turtle WoW is popular because it offers a vastly better experience than Blizzard does with WoW Classic and does so free of charge. Hey man.
Skill issue, then.
Hey
Skill
man.
issue.
Do it. Literal skill issue. You said it. I'm telling you. It's true. Blizzard's Turtle WoW lawsuit isn't a surprise. It wasn't hard to see this coming. Turtle WoW has become a widely popular private server over the past 2 years, but especially in the last few months. Ads for the free-to-play server have been popping up all over the place, and the concurrent player count has spiked to over 40,000 in recent weeks, according to Windows Central. That's why it isn't really a shock to anyone familiar with Turtle WoW that Blizzard is finally making moves after 8 years of the server being up. Players like Reddit user NewPoem719 speculated that Blizzard may be taking action in advance of releasing an improved WoW Classic sometime soon, but with little more than Blizzard's survey questions to go on. That's just speculation for now. Sadly, the lawsuit comes at a time when players are realizing just how much better Turtle WoW is compared to anything Blizzard has to offer, with better support and all-around quality gameplay experience. Fans argue that if Blizzard offered a similar quality classic WoW option, Turtle WoW wouldn't be popular or necessary.
Facts.
It's almost like they should do that in the first place.
You would think.
That's all I'm saying.
But are they going to? That's the problem. They always do these like instead of taking advantage of what Turtle WoW has done, they're like, okay, let's just get rid of it entirely. Let's go sue them, even though it's free. They're taking away our players. Well, it's like, why don't you self-reflect on why your players are there. Because if you made a good game, your players would be there. That's my whole take.
It's
Like,
true.
there's different things that are going on with certain games. You know, like certain people go back and play like the old legacy games. Well, they miss the feel of the old legacy games. I don't understand why it's not possible, especially in like today's age where pretty much most games have the ability to be updated through the internet, right? With all the DLC. Why don't you just add those modes within the game so that you can do the retro or the old school stuff and have it all in one thing? I guess it's one of those it's a problem with PvP because or like multiplayer because you could be breaking up or diversifying the player pool and you want to keep people in one string so that they're always like a population that's active and there's a community surrounding the game. I get that, but at the same time, just add everything, man, right? Especially with like a legacy game like this.
I mean, I agree. I think you should be giving all the options. I don't know, especially in this day and age. I think it's just dumb to segment. It just doesn't make sense
That's
to
what I
me.
mean.
So
Yeah.
let's see. Blizzard could learn a few things from Turtle WoW. Legal action might be warranted, but Turtle WoW is popular for a reason. Ultimately, Turtle WoW's time is likely coming to an end after Blizzard's lawsuit, largely because of the fact that monetization has begun creeping into the server. This has proven to be a fatal mistake for third-party development involving copyrighted content. And if Turtle WoW was technically free to play, the donation shop is clearly geared towards turning a profit. Despite Turtle WoW's mistakes, the team did some things that Blizzard needs to take a note of if an improved WoW Classic is indeed on its way. Namely, Turtle WoW does a much better job at policing its server, preventing bots and RMT, real money trading, etc., and does so with actual moderators as opposed to AI. Ooh, AI taking the L? Real moderation taking the
Yeah.
W?
I mean, I think real moderation is going to go the long haul. AI, man, I swear, AI, there's this whole fear that AI is going to be doing everything for everybody, but AI is only as useful as what you put into it. And if you're not
True.
putting in the right prompts, you're not putting in the right information, if you're not putting in the right keywords so that it can go to the right sources, then it's just a blatantly terrible tool. You see it all the time, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it's true. Blizzard has managed to offer players the overall experience that Turtle WoW does when it comes to WoW Classic, and it could definitely take a few pages out of Turtle WoW's book if it wants to truly prevent any future competition from private servers. If Blizzard provided a genuinely player-oriented classic World of Warcraft experience, there would be no need for sites like Turtle WoW in the first place. That is
Hey,
true.
that's what we
Wrap it
said.
up. It's just yeah, dude.
I agree.
It's crazy. I mean, I agree too. I think look, Blizzard needs to just get it together. Are they going to? I don't know. They're $1 billion company, something like that. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
they have the
and they
fan base
don't
by the
have just
clutches.
exactly, and they don't have just World of Warcraft. They have so many other games and other
Sure.
titles that they can pivot off of. Um, it's just, yeah, it's kind of sad to see. But at the same time, how many people that played Classic WoW actually have the time and the effort to still play it or are still interested in those games? Because I don't know how you feel, but as I've gotten older, I get more responsibilities, and then it becomes difficult for me to play video games. And I think the only people that'd be kind of interested in Classic WoW are going to be Classic WoW original players.
It's
I
true.
don't
It's
I
true.
think it's a hard way to get somebody back into a game.
It's hard
People
sell.
like playing something new and exciting.
Yeah, it's hard sell. Um, I mean, yeah, it's like you offer better experience. I mean, I mean, it makes me wonder if they're shutting this down, how many people would actually convert to WoW. It seems like not many, considering they're going to Turtle WoW for experience that they prefer. So I
That's
don't know.
true.
It's like you shut this down. It's like how many more players do you actually gain by kind of wiping this out of the like off the map and expect people to play your game that is inferior in their eyes. It's hard sell.
I agree with that. I agree with that, but I guess we can only find out by it getting canceled, and we can quantify it. I know Blizzard actually keeps record of their player count, and then we have to trust it because I don't think it's public knowledge, is it? I don't think
I don't
so.
know. I don't know.
I
I
don't
mean,
think they
there's
keep
a
it
lot
like
of games now that I
Steam.
unless it's on Steam, I don't know.
You don't.
It's like
Yeah,
it's kind of how it is.
that's true. I miss the old player account, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Times are changing.
People don't expose
What
themselves.
What do you think? Do you think people actually go back and play World of Warcraft, and swap back to this classic Blizzard sponsored World of Warcraft, or do you think they're just gonna ride out the turtle wave and whenever or if ever it goes down, then it's a wrap and nobody's gonna be playing anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly think, like I was saying earlier, I think it's a hard sell. It's gonna be hard for people to like play Turtle WoW, something they really enjoy, they love the features of, and then it gets canceled, and they're like, "Oh, but I can't do this in classic WoW. Like this experience just is not nearly as good. Maybe I just move on to another RPG or MMO or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's other options. So
Yeah, there really are a lot of options. Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, Dune just came out, and I heard people really like that.
hmm. Yeah, I
So
heard
that could
great
be a
things about
pivot.
Dune. So
Yeah.
yeah, Dune Awakening. That's something that's out there. But yeah,
Hmm.
dude, it's yeah, dude, you can hop on. I don't know. I was gonna say Maple Story. That's I don't even know if that's still around.
You got me.
Hey,
People
RuneScape,
still
man,
play like old school. That's what I was about to say.
RuneScape,
People still
man.
play old school RuneScape.
People love it,
Yeah.
dude. I heard player counts are really up recently
Oh
on some
yeah,
of the
they're
highs.
100% up. People are like being nostalgic, man. They're trying to go back to what they enjoyed. I think there's a little bit of economic pressure where some people are trying to think like save some money while they can. And what do? It's like, well, you can get into reading, you can get into watching stories, you can go outside, like just do outdoor activities that are free, enjoy life, or you can be like I like to do when I got free time, just disconnect from the world, play a video game for a while,
It's true. There is
especially one that I
options.
like. Yeah,
There's so many
yes, sir.
options. Classic WoW might not be one of them for these people. So.
That's true. We'll have to see how this develops. We'll keep everybody informed as it does. But yeah,
You know what's an option? You know what you can play instead?
No Man's Sky. I'm excited for this one. I wish I had more people that were actually interested in playing this game with me. It's a short and sweet article, but it's worth mentioning. It's pretty exciting, to be honest. No Man's Sky. This article is coming from IGN. Vicky Blake, who we've covered countless of times, wrote this article this week. Might have been like right after Labor Day. Shout out for that. Get a good one in during the start of the week. So No Man's Sky Voyagers update brings in the highest numbers of players since 2016 launch. Up and away. Yeah. So by the way, another thing about it, a lot of people might be going back to playing games because of Labor Day. Not really supposed to work on Labor Day. Shout out to the ones who actually do, but it is mostly a bank holiday in the United States and Canada. So getting the option to not have to work would be nice. Anyways, No Man's Sky, latest free Voyagers update has taken off in more ways than one, bringing in the highest numbers of players since its launch back in 2016. Jeez. Hello Games, Sean Murray, commented on the achievement on Twitter, posting a screenshot commemorating the number of players who were in the game at the time. It was 97,986 people. He added, it's the highest number of players since launch, and appending a mind blown emoji. So interestingly, the peak has risen even further since then, with Steam reportedly a 24-hour peak of 98,285 concurrent players, which is pretty freaking incredible. The story of No Man's Sky, dude, has to be studied with just a terrible launch, hidden with
Abysmal.
controversies, lies, potential lawsuits, and then he comes back and he fulfills. Sean Murray single handedly went from like the most hated developer ever to
uh,
then less than like 3 years, turned it all around, fulfilled the campaign promise of what No Man's Sky was when he was pitching it, and now he's like living the dream. It's so sick. 9 years later, and he's still keeping it active. That's really, really cool.
yeah.
Anyways, let's keep going. So, No Man's Sky is a game about exploration and survival set in an infinite universe. Voyagers add a long list of features, which Murray said Hello Games has worked on for some time. Chief among them is a Corvette ship class and the possibility for a multiple multiplayer crew, as well as skydiving, varied cockpits, a new expedition, mission radar, and more. A new experimental build has also just been pushed to PC with further incoming fixes and improvements. No Man's Sky is not the only game seeing a surge of new and returning players this week. While the player count for Hollow Knight looks to have been pretty stable over the last 6 months or so, the announcement of Hollow Knight Silk Song, release date September 4th,
Out
by the
now.
way, which
Out
is
now.
going to be out now by the time you hear our podcast, has either piqued players' interest or nostalgia enough to double its user player count essentially overnight, breaking the last concurrent record set back in March 2022, which is quite something given the game released back in 2017. So yeah, that's pretty sick. Pretty cool. We got peak concurrent players. I wonder because it has been some time. Let me go to No Man's Sky. Man's Sky. Let's see if it goes even higher. No Man's Sky Steam count. Play account. Steam charts. What you got? Okay. Let's do last month. 24-hour peak. How about all time? Nah, that's not right. Is it? This is all time peak 212,321.
Nice.
Ain't no way.
Dope.
Ain't no way. This is also not the official Steam website, I guess. But it is pretty impressive that we got ourselves a crazy high player count like this. It's really, really cool. I
Wow.
like this.
Yeah. Listen, if No Man's Sky is anything, it is the personification, the real life example of the only way you fail is if you quit.
That is a fact.
This man never quit. And
I'll
hey,
toast to that.
we're at a peak.
Toast to that.
We're at a peak. I'm telling
We're
you,
up
there's
galactic, dude.
no, there's like I heard that quote recently, and I was like, I started like thinking of examples throughout life. I'm like, there's really a bunch of things I could point to. It's like there's things that either get a lot of hate or just didn't do well, but it's
Yep.
like whoever made that, whoever did it, they just haven't stopped, and so it's like they're winning.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're still winning, and it's like
I
no matter what happens, dude, just keep going.
I swear there was one of the things I heard, I don't remember who said it, but it's like half the battle is just showing up,
It's true.
and that's kind of what this feels like. Like all the ridicule, I don't think people really realize what it was like 9 years ago with Sean Murray. We're gonna get to this later. I'm basically gonna go on a rant at the end of the episode. It's about Star Citizen, which is a game that was supposed to be hyper realistic and similar to No Man's Sky, and you should be able to do everything in the game. And they promise so much, and they keep issuing updates and all this kind of stuff. I don't want to sidetrack off of No Man's Sky here, but No Man's Sky came out and promised everything that Star Citizen did, but No Man's Sky didn't really deliver at launch. Neither has Star Citizen, by the way. They haven't even come close. But No Man's Sky took all of this freaking heat. Like Sean Murray had a team of something like 20 people, and he promised infinite amount of worlds, all generating and like exploration, super unique experiences, and it just felt copy paste constantly. And my man got ridiculed. The game got completely review bombed, and he didn't care. He just kept going. He was like, "We're gonna fix this. We hear you loud and clear. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna fix this." And just to talk about the resilience of that mindset, I'm so interested in how he feels now. You know, like that has to feel like a conquering moment of you doubted me, so I'm gonna show you how good I can make this. That kind of thing. Like you said, I
Yeah.
said I was gonna do all these things, and then you doubted me. Well, guess what? Here it is, and I think that's really really cool. 9 years in the making. This game has been out for 9.1 years.
It's made it good.
Yeah, it's so sick, dude. It's so cool.
The only way
Um,
you fail is if you quit.
yeah,
That's what Sean Murray's proven. He hasn't failed.
facts.
Just hasn't.
Goat.
Yeah, so
Absolute goat.
yeah, it's the ultimate story. It's one of those things like we're gonna see a book. We're gonna see. I predict we're gonna see an autobiography from this man Sean Murray in the future,
Mhm.
and he's gonna be disclosing this entire chapter of his life. It's
That's
gonna be
what I'm saying,
glorious.
It's gonna be beautiful.
He's gonna talk about his dips, his low point of 2015 when the game released. What he was getting, the death threats, everything, just all of it. He's gonna ride it out to the peak and say, "Hey, if you just keep pushing on through, you will reach. If you deliver, you will reach a path of success, and the other side is so much brighter."
If you build it, they will come. Kind of angels in the
Oh,
outfield.
Telling you.
That's really cool, man. Really,
Telling you.
really cool.
It's an amazing story.
All right. Yeah, feel good. Feel good for once. It's the good ones. How about we jump into the next article that we got? It's similar to Steam, I guess, in a way.
Sure is.
Well, it is about Steam, but it's not necessarily about player account. What do you got for us?
Andy Robinson's what I got for you. The
Okay.
New Game
What's he got?
Chronicle. He talks about this. He says Steam now requires age verification in the UK for mature game pages. Steam has added age verification in advance of the UK Online Safety Act. Steam is rolling out the requirement for all users in the UK to verify their age in order to access store pages for games with mature content. Restrictions seemingly went into effect on Friday after social media users spotted a reference to the requirement on Steam's FAQ. Thankfully, the process to verify your age is straightforward. UK users need only to add a credit card to their account. Those who already have one registered will face no restrictions. Age verification requirement comes ahead of the enforcement of the new Online Safety Act in the UK, which makes online platforms responsible for their users' safety. Platforms will be required to prevent children from accessing harmful and age-inappropriate content and provide parents and children with clear and accessible ways to report problems. Other gaming platforms such as Xbox and Discord began encouraging users to verify their age in order to access certain content earlier this year. Starting earlier next year, age verification will be required for players in the UK to retain full access to social features on Xbox, including voice and text communication and game invites. Quote, as this age verification process rolls out across the UK, we'll continue to evaluate how we can keep players around the world safe and learn from the UK process, Xbox said. We expect to roll out age verification processes to more regions in the future. Yeah, short article, but there's a lot you can unpack with this, Mike. There's a lot of directions we can go for sure.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't have to give your ID. That's the first one. What do you think?
I like it. Okay.
Don't have to actually give your ID.
All right. So I don't like the idea of providing ID, just in general. I think anonymity on the internet is actually a good thing. But I also feel like you need age verification or age appropriate content or some section of the internet where children are not allowed to access. I think it's a hindrance to their development. I think there are some things like are for adults only. I can give a really good example. Just one of the ones that I always like saying is Twitter or X is a 13 and up website that does absolutely nothing to keep people from the age of 13 to 18 from seeing horrific things. I bet it's the same way on Reddit. I would just go off of probably that. Facebook is probably a little bit better with it, but probably the best would be YouTube. They have YouTube Kids. That's a little bit more protective. Disney, believe it or not, I have a couple of friends that are have children. Disney puts very specific age ranges for certain movies. So like what's it called? Aladdin. Yeah, their 5-year-old son can't watch Aladdin because he's too young.
Nice.
And that's an interesting take because it's like, well, I remember watching that when I was like 7 or 8 years old or whatever. But it's because there are certain elements within it that might not be age appropriate. You can always override that as well. Like you can, if you're a parent, you can always just decide what's right for your kid, um, whichever you want to do. So I don't know. I think it's one of those ones where it's very difficult to enforce as a community guideline. But at the same time, if we're policing children, then we're really just giving parents the tools to take ownership over the situation over their children. Giving them parenting tools, I think is probably the best way to put it. The rest of the activity of like putting in your ID, verifying account information, it's like, meh, I don't think it's really that. It should just be make an account. Like that's what my mother did to me on my Xbox account. It was when Xbox first came out. One, the internet, everybody was terrified to put credit cards on. But two is like my Xbox Live account was for children only. Um, and then anything that had purchasing abilities, anything that had privacy settings or like anonymity or any profile settings was locked behind the parent profile password.
The
You
parental
know, I
controls.
think yes, parental controls. Thank you. There was a word for that. I was forgetting. But that's sort of my take. What do you think? Do you think this makes sense? Do you think it's a waste of time? I don't know.
I mean, I like the take of kind of making the parents responsible for kids. I mean, I do like. I think the parental controls and stuff for Xbox is great. I mean, I think if you give
I
parents
really do too.
a convenient way that's not too complicated to be able to restrict what their child does on their console or platform, I think that's great. I mean, it gets a little harder when you're on a PC, obviously. Like you can't really do a whole lot. But I do agree. There's definitely a lot of things that kids should in no way or shape or form be seeing. And so it kind of like I think platforms maybe like I mean something like Twitter. It's like you could do some sort of like age restriction to register an account, but then it gets to like you can't really verify the age. It's kind of like unless you were to do like I don't know. I mean, you could do credit cards, I guess. Like kind of
Yeah,
what
that's
Steam's
true
doing.
too.
That's probably a lot safer than uploading IDs. So I mean, something like that would be interesting. If they did something like that to kind of verify age. Yeah, I mean, I think it's certainly better than ID verification. Yeah, I'm not huge on ID verification either. Like, I just think it's like, I don't know. I think it's a little too much. Like, I think you just don't know where your picture's going. Like any platform ever used where it's like, oh, we need to take a picture of your license, and we don't save the picture, but we just have to verify it's you. It's like, I don't know. I always get a little antsy about it. Obviously there's some stuff where it's like, okay, it makes sense, and I'll do it.
I agree with that.
If it's not like, but something like a gaming platform, something that's like voluntary and like you don't really need to do, kind of like it just gets a little weird whenever you introduce ID verification, in my opinion.
It is kind of odd.
So yeah, it's just
Yeah,
weird.
I think it should be a parental guideline kind of thing. Uh, or you know what I could see the next big thing is going to be the ISPs giving tools to parents, like a router. They give them a login information. They'll just start blocking websites based
True. Yeah.
on age verification, and then we can get to a point where age verification needs to be not implemented, but each website will have to give a rating, kind of similar to what they did with video games back in the day. The
ESRB for websites
yeah, ESRB ratings. They're gonna probably need that for everybody, which is very odd.
could be interesting.
Um, yeah, we're so people don't realize. I don't think they really think about it. We are so new to the internet.
Yeah.
Like think about over 100 years ago when we got cars, like cars readily available. Uh, there were no rules. There were no traffic laws. There were accidents all the time. People didn't use seatbelts. They didn't start using the seatbelts until like the 80s if they were lucky. 90s, I don't remember people wearing seatbelts when I was growing up. So now everybody wears seatbelts.
Yeah.
If you don't wear seatbelts, they look at you crazy.
Yeah.
Now every car has airbags. Like there were
Yeah.
reasons for that because bad things happened. So I think we're going to get to the point with the internet where we're going to have tools for it. I don't want it to be as like safeguarded as it possibly could be. At the same time, you can kind of. I feel like we're already seeing there's not that many websites anymore that people are actually going to. Most people see the same videos as their friends. Every time, like, how many times do you share videos or memes to your friends
Too
and they've
much.
already seen it,
Yeah.
but they've already
Too
seen
much.
it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everybody's algorithm is kind of the same,
Yeah.
and that's just what happens with the algorithm over time. Um, that's a whole different issue. But my point is just being, eventually there will be an age verification process. And I think I could see that happening with ISPs going forward.
Yeah. It's true.
They're gonna
Yeah. I
give them
mean,
the
when you think
tools.
about, I mean, yeah, your point about the internet, it's how young it is. And we're talking
Oh,
like
it's super young.
25 years, maybe, that it's like prevalent.
Dude, the modern internet's like 10 years old.
Yeah. I mean, like YouTube's 20. Like, that's kind of
Oh
crazy
yeah.
to think about. Most social media platforms between 15 to 20. Um, so it's just crazy how kind of young everything is and all that. I mean, it's just wild what I think about too. It's like I think about like my own personal life and like how enveloped I was in social media, especially growing up and kind of
Oh yeah.
through high school and everything. And I looking back and how much how I like this how much this little box and you see all the stuff you shouldn't see and all the stuff that's not relevant to you. Then you start internalizing it. Then you start saying you start like thinking bad about yourself. It's like I
Yeah.
think people are starting to realize kind of the
Hey,
significance
this
of
ain't
that,
good for
especially
you.
in the youth. It's like, ugh. It's just like there's just so much like that you're not supposed to see and process, and just we
I
weren't
agree with
made
that.
for. People are starting to understand that. So, um, but yeah, I mean, I think from an age verification standpoint, it's like this is a point where we're starting to see, okay, like what are ways we could probably like kind of reel this back or control this a little bit more, so it's not as kind of like consuming, especially on youth, because it's just so new, and we're realizing the implications of what it's like to have this kind of access.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the optimist in me is thinking like, all right, like we're trying to think of ways to kind of reel this back and make this not more of a detriment than it already is to kind of just the way these younger generations behave and all that and what we actually care about. It's crazy.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I think those are all fair assessments. It's just a developing situation for us, and it's kind of cool that we get to grow up and see this happen. Like in our
yeah,
lifetime, the internet's going to change drastically.
yeah,
Especially, yeah,
yeah. It
it,
can be
it
it can
already
be
has.
it can be overwhelming to think about. It's like you just sit here. It's like whoa, like how's this gonna look in 20 years? So yeah, it's not gonna be anything like this. I don't think.
Yeah,
So
no, absolutely not. Dude, websites don't last very long. People think they do, but they really don't.
yeah. Well, it's like I mean, you
Um,
think about like content creation and stuff. Like, how is that going to evolve in the next like 5 years, 10 years? It's
I
just
think everything's going to become commercialized, and every major platform or major old school legacy media outsource will be on streaming platforms.
I mean, yeah, we're
And
seeing
it's
that
going to get
now.
to this, it's going to get so stupid because instead of doing individual channel packages like we can do with like DirecTV, Spectrum, Comcast, what are the other big ones? Xfinity, if I didn't already say that. But like all these different cable companies, it's now being swapped to internet subscription based services to the
Yeah.
point now where it's like, why don't we just go back to cable and deal with the advertisements? Uh, yeah, did you
uh,
see my friends right now are losing their minds going back to the NFL stuff? Red Zone is going to have advertising
yeah, I
this
saw
season.
that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
they experimented with that a little bit last season. Obviously, not as like heavy, but like they had started kind of
Oh yeah.
introducing ads into Red Zone, and I noticed it when I was watching one day. Um, and so it's like the news kind of dropped today where they were talking about like, oh yeah, like commercials definitely going to be a thing this year. And so it wasn't as much of a surprise to me because I was like, I've already kind of been introducing that, but I
Yeah.
noticed a lot of people. This is the first time they're hearing of it, so they're like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
like
They're
what is going on?
mad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's
I
crazy.
don't really care.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like I mean, YouTube TV is such a huge platform now, like for
Yep.
cable in quotes TV.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
But
It's coming.
it's like now, like before the like bringing back the NFL, before football started, like the season was starting. It's like YouTube is in a contract dispute with Fox, and so they weren't sure if they were going to hold their channels on their platform. It's like there's so many people using that YouTube TV now. It's like they've cut the cord and they're just going, this online platform. It's just crazy. Like we're seeing these competitions. It's like, all right, what's it going to look like? Who's just gonna separate off and do their own thing and charge you another subscription service? It's like it's crazy. So I don't know, not necessarily with the content creation piece, but it just gives you an idea of how things are evolving. Cable is losing its audience.
It is, but I think it's gonna start bringing it back. It's legacy media. They're gonna figure out a way
Yeah,
to make people deal with it. It's just yeah. I don't know. It's at this point they're just trying to focus on attention to get the advertising. Uh, it's gonna be weird. I don't know what else to say. It's just
yeah,
it's an interesting situation. Age verification. I don't think that would ever have been a thing with cable. I don't think it would ever be a thing with the old school like video game stuff.
yeah. I mean, with cable, it's regulated, right? Like the content you
Yeah,
show, you can't show like super adult stuff, and like that's hidden behind like,
that's true.
subscriptions and other packages. So it's like for
It is.
cable, it's like I mean, with cable, like cable TV and stuff, there was ratings too, right? So it's like it gave
Right.
parents a clear thing of like, oh yeah, my kid probably shouldn't watch
Right.
this. It's MA or whatever they kind of said it to. So.
Well, games do that too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. Yeah.
So
So
it kind of goes
there
back to
is a
parent,
rating
but
system that's
yeah,
already established. Maybe it's just more about implementing the rating system. I'm more pleased that they don't need like identification to make things happen.
yeah,
It's just I think you should give parents the tools to police their children, however which way they feel
exactly. Yeah.
like.
No, I agree. It's
It makes the most sense to
I mean,
me.
yeah. I mean, I just thought of this too, like going into the digital era and we're kind of away from physical media. It's like back then, the rating systems made more sense, right? Because you had to go and buy the game and a kid couldn't just go over the
Oh yeah.
counter and buy an M game. Like you had to have a parent with you. And so,
Exactly.
and it's like now you don't really have that. It's like I just log on to Steam. Like Timmy can log on to Steam at 12 years old, and, like use his mom's credit
Yep.
card and boom, bam, bam, he's the game. It's like, it's not
Exactly.
and so it's more on the parents now more than ever to kind of police that. And so it goes back to your
100%.
point of like, let's give them tools to like make this easier, so they're not just kind of trying to figure it out on their own and do all that. Like
100%.
let's give them more power in a convenient way.
Yeah, dude. My entire thing that I would do, um, it depends on when you want to give your kids like a phone so that they can access the internet or whatever. But if I mean, by the time I have children that are old enough to have a phone, they're probably gonna have like 12G internet on their phone without issue. But let's say hypothetically they don't, right? And they're still having to connect to Wi-Fi or some type of internet that I can control through an ISP. I would just grab a router and I would set up a block list of all the different types of websites. Because there's master lists you can find online. They have like entire archives where you could basically be like, okay, anything that's not appropriate for children under the age of 18 or like 13, and then grab all those and then throw it into a
Grab those
block
links.
list. And yeah, copy and paste and then block it for that particular device and then choose the MAC address, whatever that computer is
Mm.
or that phone is or tablet or whatever it is. And you can police it in your own house. But at the same time, the kids are going to be kids. They're going to be raised by their other friends. The friends are going to show them things. They're going to
Yeah.
tell them that Santa ain't real when they're like 9 and ruin Christmas for you. That is out of your control.
Bro, Santa's not real.
Sorry, dude. And I got leprechauns in my family. Come on, wake up.
No, it's a good point though. I mean, it's to do that, to restrict it, to find the MAC address for the device and restrict it and all that. That's
Yeah.
so complex for so many people. So there's a convenient way,
It
a program,
that's
click,
what I'm
click, click,
saying.
bam. There you go.
That's what's gonna be next.
That's gonna be that's the next antivirus. You just start launching
I
them.
swear to you,
Start launching a
I
personal
swear to you,
control program.
it probably already exists. Honestly, you probably have some type of like. There's probably some type of like Google mesh router or something. There's probably some other type of mesh router where you can just log into it with the IP, hit one button, block all websites for a certain phone. I bet you that exists.
So, someone
Whether or
in the
not people are
basement.
looking for it, I don't know.
Someone in the basement got the Raspberry Pis. They got the little branding hookup, and they said, "Look, this is a block device, or it is blocky." And they sell it to a parent, and then they just hook it up, click, click, click. All of a sudden, they don't got ads. They don't got certain sites. Crazy.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That is
Network
what I'm
ad blocker.
saying.
That's what I need to make, bro. So bad. Network ad block.
Just DNS it. Block all the DNS. Block it all.
Crazy.
All
man.
right.
Let's round this out. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. All right, let's finish it off with something I've complained extensively about over the last, how many years have we been doing the pod? 5, 6 years, something like that. Sheesh. It's been a long time, dude.
Like 3 for me. 5 for
Yeah,
you.
3 for you. I think I did 2 by myself, screaming into the void. Thanks for coming along. Now I don't seem as crazy, keyword. But title of this article coming from Games Radar and Jordan Gerblick. It is after 14 years in development and $860 million racked up in crowdfunding, Star Citizen director hopes single player spin off Squad 42 will be, and in quotes, an event almost as important as GTA 6. Okay, I'm going to try to get through this objectively. It's not the longest article, but then I'm probably going to go on a rant. I don't know. We'll see how I feel at the end of it.
I gotta give her the whiplash, that last sentence in the title. All right.
Oh yeah, Squadron 42 will be an event almost as important as GTA 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. Let us get into it. Star Citizen director Chris Roberts. So Chris Roberts has astronomically high expectations for the 2026 launch of the game's single-player spin-off Squadron 42, saying he hopes it's almost as big as an event as GTA 6 is released the same year. And as it turns out, he's not entirely unreasonable in saying that.
Oh,
For one,
yep. Okay.
I'm going to try to get into this. For one, this Games Radar article reporting on Star Citizen's announcement is old enough to start high school. And even that says the game has already been in development for a year. If that's not enough, according to the latest publicly available funding website, there is a funding website on robertspaceindustries.com, by the way, his official site for this. Star Citizen has raised a staggering $859 million in crowdfunding, making it one of the most expensive video games ever made. That amount is dwarfed by GTA 6 speculated $1 to $2 billion budget. But it's also not accounting for contributions from developer Cloud Imperium Games and private investors. Cloud Imperium Games is also Robert, um, Chris Roberts' past employer and also part of his conglomerate. And then private investors would be people who are currently playing the game, by the way. So I'm just giving you context that this article might
Okay.
not be getting into. Regardless, the time and money being invested into Star Citizen and Space 42 is enough to warrant this on the surface outlandish comment from Roberts made in an interview with French publication La Presse. Um, so this has been translated by Games Radar. Whew. All right, Robert says this. We hope Squadron 42 will be an event almost as big as GTA 6. Apart from GTA 6, it's probably the most important AAA budget game. Now, GTA 6 is widely expected to be. This isn't him saying it, by the way. This is back to the article. Now, GTA 6 is widely expected to be one of the biggest launches of an entertainment product of all time. So it's not really possible to shoot any higher in terms of comparisons, but there was a game to deserve the comparison. It would be Star Citizen. With Roberts recommitting to a 2026 release of Squadron 42, you can pretty safely expect the single player component to land sometime next year, likely way out of GTA 6 March 26 orbit in Star Citizen 1.0. However, is currently targeting a 2027 or 2028 launch. And that seems a lot more shaky to its
Ambiguity.
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 Thank you.
Ambiguity.
Ambiguity.
Also,
Thank you.
you said
Jeez.
March 26th? It's May 26th. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 26. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, what do you
Um,
think before I start ripping into this article and destroying Jordan Gerblick for everything he's got?
um, I mean, it's just I, look. We talked about Star Citizen on this channel before. Uh, it's quite the end. It's quite the story. The fact that it's released, it's raised this much money and the game is what it is. Kind of crazy. There's certainly aspects of it that are crazy. I will say, like good crazy. Um, but to sit there and say your single player spinoff is going to be an event almost as important as GTA 6. There's a certain amount of ego there that I don't like, but I will say, to a certain extent. I mean, and now I'm just curious to see like when the news comes, like when people start reviewing this game. I am so curious and locked in to see what they actually say because I know there's no possible way it's going to be as good as GTA 6. I just know it. Like, there's no way. Again, I even mentioned the article. GTA 6 is going to be one of the biggest events and just across media in general. It's going to transcend most media, right?
Oh yeah,
Like not just video games. It's crazy to me that the value of GTA 6, $1 to $2 billion, crazy amount. But the fact that Star Citizen is like not far off from the 1 billion mark is kind of gross. Like, just from a sense of like we've gotten to this point. This is just crazy. The crazy amount of balls, crazy amount of just like I don't know. I don't want to say like condescending or arrogance. Maybe I'm just like, yeah, this is gonna be my single player title, and we've almost spent as much money as GTA, so that means it's gonna be just as good, right? That's kind of the vibe I get from like them saying like, oh, we spent this much money on Star Citizen. So this single player spinoff that's not the game that got $1 bajillion is going to be just as good as a game that's almost $1 bajillion. That's how I interpret it. It's just like it just makes no sense to me. I just don't get it. Like I don't know, man. There's no way this game is going to touch GTA 6. I'm telling you that right now. I don't need to be Nostradamus to tell you that this game is just not going to be it. You know. Stay away.
Yeah, I think that's fair. If you don't mind me getting into it,
The floor is yours.
I don't even know how to start, to be honest. So I first heard about Star Citizen in 2011. Technically, it was 2010. I was super big into space sims. At that time, I only had a laptop, and I got the laptop through student loans. I basically said I needed a like $1,500 laptop, so that's what I did to get extra like student loan funding, and that shit cost me a fortune. But I remember reading about Star Citizen, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be amazing! They're gonna have this ability where you can kind of have, what's the other space sim? Eve Online, like that's kind of an account spreadsheet simulator, but they're promising Eve Online mixed with a MMORPG mixed with space simulation, mixed with first person shooter, mixed with racing in space with different spaceships, mixed with like No Man's Sky level of exploitation. They were offering everything. It was like the ultimate game. And it was such a dream. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. And then I looked up what hardware performances it would need, what equipment. And I remember at that time it was like you needed, keep in mind this is like 2011, okay, 2012, and I think I even looked into it like 2014 and 15. It was like you need a 1080 Ti, top of the line motherboard, top of the line Intel. You need a really really good M dot. Well, it was like before M.2 even came out. It was like crazy amount of storage that was super expensive, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay. Well, my goal is just to try to put money aside and then save up, save up, save up. Things came up, went down, got job, got busy, moved on. A lot of things happened in 14 years, by the way. And I get to the point where I'm like, okay, I got this computer. I literally built this computer thinking, surely I Star Citizen's gonna be done soon. I was looking on YouTube, I was watching videos, like this is when the game became playable. It took them 9 years to make a playable game with no content in it, but you can fly around on ships and you can walk around and like look at the stars. It was gorgeous, right? I'm like, "Oh, this is so cool." And every time I would watch streamers, it would crash constantly. Okay? So, the history of this game is a game that is demanding top of the line hardware regardless of the year it's made. You need 2025, 2026 hardware to play a game that they've been working on since 2011. They funded close to $1 billion of crowd money. That means they paid to get into the game and it's in like early alpha. And then they spent even more game to get additions to the game. So they were buying like hundreds of dollars real world cash worth of ships to do nothing with because the game would crash when you transition from like one planet to the next or one planet to the atmosphere, and it would bug out and destroy. And it's like it's just it's a joke to me, man. Squadron 42 was supposed to be built in Star Citizen. They weren't supposed to be separate games. They were supposed to be in there simultaneously. So when I saw the trailer for Squadron 42, I remember reading the blogs because they send out a blog to my email address I've had since 2009 that they're making routine updates. And I've been receiving those updates every month since 2011. Do you like, dude, 14 times 12. I'm receiving 168 emails minimum because sometimes they'll do routine updates. So I see it come in constantly. I click on it. It's the same old garbage BS of Chris Roberts over here talking about, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, promising the world and never delivering. So miss me with this, Jordan Gerbil over here, Gerblick. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but I am ridiculing you for saying this because it's disingenuous, and I think you're kind of being a part of the problem. Where it says, it's this last line. You can show it on the article, but I'll read it out. With Roberts recommitting to a 2026 release for Squadron 42, you can pretty safely expect that single player component to land sometime next year, likely way out of GTA 6's May 26 orbit. Dude, they've been working. Squadron 42 was supposed to be in the original game. So that means they've been working on this for 14 years. And you think that they're going to announce it a year or so ago and that it's actually going to come out the same year as GTA 6? What makes you think that will happen? Honestly, there's no evidence to show that will ever happen. Seriously, there's multiple times they've got like A-list celebrities, paid them a freaking fortune to just do promos on trailers and gameplay, and then saying, "Oh, check out this game. It's gonna be super awesome. It's gonna be the biggest hit ever." And then meanwhile, you got games that are free to play, made by indie developers or a studio of 20 freaking people, like No Man's Sky, that's creating gorgeous, awesome space sim stuff and not giving up. We literally just covered them 2 articles ago, and you're over here hyping up this BS $1 billion crowdfunding scam. The only people who are excited about Star Citizen and the only people that actually pay attention are the people that wanted it initially, like I did, or they're the people that put thousands of dollars into the game that will never exist. Because that is what is going on right now. And I think it should be criminally, like, he should be prosecuted for this for false advertising. It's ridiculous. Seriously. Like, AAA budget game, cool. 1A scam, dude. That's how it feels.
What I
Do you
can't
understand how many things happened since 2014?
2011.
2011, dude.
It's crazy. You know what blows my mind? We're so like it seems so definite.
We were still on Modern Warfare 2 in 2011, bro. People are still playing Halo 3. Reach came out in 2012.
It's true. It's true.
There was a new Gears of War that year. Sorry.
You know what?
I'm losing it. My mic peaking?
No. This is great. Enjoying this.
I'm not. I'm upset, dude.
What's crazy to me is that we're so sure that Squadron 42 is going to release next year. Wait, Star Citizen 1.0 isn't set to release until maybe, hard, bold underline, maybe 2027, 2028. My money says we may see a nice little 20-year window of non-1.0. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm under.
I'm gonna be real.
What I'm interpreting right now.
I'm not into victim blaming, but I'm about to victim blame. It's on the players at this point. If you are still putting money into this game that will clearly not come out, you are funding somebody's scam. Seriously. It's just insane. Dude, it's insane. Remember when I pulled up like a year ago, 2 years ago, when Squadron 42 was like first trailer? You were excited. I remember this. You were like, oh, this looks really cool. And I'm like, it looks awesome. It's never coming out. And you were like, why would you say that? And then I told you the same exact crap, Star Citizen. And then I showed you the freaking ship marketplace. $1,000 for a certain cruiser. Like a luxury yacht ship. It's just...
why do I not remember Squadron 42? I remember you showing me the ships and how ridiculous those prices were. For some reason, I don't remember Squadron 42. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it because I don't remember. Maybe
I remember you being stoked about it.
I don't know why I don't remember it. See, I think it's a testament how forgettable it was. I don't remember it. like even though I enjoyed it at the time, I don't even remember it. You're going to tell me it's going to outdo GTA 6? Are you high?
No chance.
Are we high right now?
No. No. Apart from GTA 6, it's probably the most important AAA budget game. You can shove it. You can shove it straight up, man. That like out of your mind. Like I get people being excited, but here's why I'm so upset. Okay, I'm upset because I care and I really want the game to come out. And the fact that more and more people keep putting money into the game means that Chris can keep putting up with this BS and just funding his life and his dream and not actually focusing on finishing the game. Because if he focused on finishing the game, he would finish it. I don't know how much time you need, bro. Do you know how ridiculous that is? I'm losing my mind. Like, I know GTA 6 took 10 years to make. I get that. GTA 5 took 5 years. Okay? Seriously. Apex Legends, they made in like 9 months. It was made off of like a side project of Titanfall. And they were like, oh, here's a soft launch. Maybe this game will be successful. And it's awesome.
Boo!
Fortnite was a survival game that became one of the biggest battle royales of all time.
Save the world. Hey, we should try this
PUBG
battle royale.
Is a mod from like 3 people that was from Arma 3. These are phenomenal games. What the We've been through 3 popes! 3! Jesus, dude.
All right, Mike. What I'm about to say may trigger you, all right? The only way you fail is if you quit. Have we quit yet? Have we quit yet? We might as well. Have we quit yet?
Damn, you're right.
If this comes out, man, it ain't a failure. I don't think they failed. Man,
when you're right, you're right.
I think you're right. Look, I agree with you. I think right now it's looking like a failure to me. So I feel we'll get one day it'll be a huge article. And it'll say, Chris, whoever has announced that we are abandoning the project, and then like everybody and their mother's gonna riot. They're gonna be like, I invested $100,000 into this. You're telling me we're just gonna kill it? And then there's gonna be riots across the internet. The supporters of the game are just going to have lifelong trauma, and they're not going to trust anything ever again. It's just an unfortunate thing, man. But that's what it's looking like. But then again, I don't know. It's just gonna be a perpetual development forever and ever. And yeah, sure, you didn't fail because you didn't quit, but you're just right below it. You're like right next to like there's failure and then there's Star Citizen. It's just like, oh, it's almost there. It's almost there. It's never gonna touch. It's almost there.
I think he's gonna pass the game down to his
To his heirs.
children. Yep. And he's gonna keep this going, and we're gonna have the longest running crowdfunding of all time.
Early access that'll last 2 lifetimes.
Imagine being in early access for 14 years. Do you know in the United States, in some states, you can get a learner's permit for driving when you turn 15? Did you know that?
It's true.
Did you know that in the UK there are kids drinking at the age of 14?
Oh yeah, dude.
Drinking,
Germany, it's
going
like
to the pub.
you're 12. You get a glass of wine at dinner. You know what I'm saying?
They are chain smoking cigarettes down in South America and Africa at the age of 14.
They're rolling up their own, no filter. Let's go.
It's just, dude, it's like I don't know what else to say. I really don't. It's just I can't take it anymore. Anytime this game comes up, I lose my mind because I want it to come out. I want it to be successful, but this little clown over here is just
Hey, man.
finessing everybody, and nobody's saying anything. And we get articles out here coming here gassing it up. Don't get me wrong, it looks cool, but all you've seen is a trailer. You haven't seen any gameplay. You haven't seen any artwork other than like a wallpaper desktop background simulator. It's freaking crazy, dude.
This has become the definition of I'll believe it when I see it. And until I see it, I ain't believing it. I'm sorry. I ain't buying India hype. Not
I'm
gonna do
upset.
it. But I mean, I understand.
upset.
I understand your frustration, Mike, given the history and how you've been from the start, been wanting to play this game and invest in a lot of hardware and your hard-earned money to try and get a machine that could play such a game. It's crazy, man. There's probably so many people like you, man, just trying to play this game and just can't. It's a real shame.
Don't worry,
Okay.
dude. You can log in and you can make it all work, I guess.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know,
jeez.
man. What a finish.
Just me yelling. Unbelievable. Anyways,
What a
do
finish.
you have anything to add about Star Citizen?
I don't have anything, man. It's yeah, some I don't know, man. I'll believe when I see it.
Exactly. I'm about to alt F4 at everything right now.
It's not true failure, but it's pretty close. It's the rung under it.
It's frustrating, dude. It's so frustrating. But what isn't so frustrating is the fact that No Man's Sky is making a comeback. Well, it never really fell off. It kind of made its comeback a couple of years after
It's just-
launch, and now it's really
just-
climbing.
It's a way. It's proof to developers that say like, and I hope developers will take it like, oh, I don't have to make a working game off rip because like that should be your goal, right?
No,
You should make a
no,
working
yeah.
game off rip.
I think yeah.
But I mean,
That's fair.
I think to a certain extent, it's like, all right, like until you give up on the game and sunset it, I mean, you can always turn it around. And I think I mean, it could be inspiring to people out there that have had these slow starts and then turn the game around. But the goal should always be like release a good game and just focus on dropping something that's whole and complete.
I think that's. I feel like here's a good comparison. You know how people ripped apart Cyberpunk when it first came out because it wasn't entirely completed? I know friends of mine that played that game all the way through on the Xbox One, and they said it was a buggy fueled mess, but they saw the vision and they really, really liked it.
Story wasn't bad.
And it just goes to show that if you have the vision and you really are showing what you're trying to accomplish, and it's relatively a complete game, gamers will put up with a lot of stuff.
Sure
And
will.
I feel like that's kind of what happened with No Man's Sky. Like a lot of people I saw, there were bad reviews because it didn't meet expectations. However, the people that did play it had good things to say. They were like, I see what he's trying to do, and I'll stick it out because it's an indie dev and he built it as a AAA game. And when people do that, it can be a tough sell. You got to set expectations. They got their funding in. Now they turned it around. It's a true AAA game, in my opinion.
It's
But
true,
yeah,
man. So true. Yeah, it could be certainly an inspiring story. I think, yeah, dude, he hasn't
yeah.
he hasn't failed. Good. So, well, yeah,
Alrighty, well,
yeah, that's all I gotta say, Mike. That's all I got.
all right. Well, without further ado, then let's close out the pod. I'm actually kind of surprised. I didn't think we were going to make a full hour when we finished up the first two articles, but we crushed it. So thank you, sir. And I guess for everybody else that's still listening, we do have links in the description below. We have timestamps that you want to come back to, and we're on every single social media platform that you could possibly find. But most importantly, really just audio and video format. If you watch us on Spotify, some of our friends like listen to us on Spotify. They didn't know that there's a video format for this, so that is also an option you can check out on Spotify. You can check it out on YouTube. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. Kyle, do you need to add anything?
I don't think so, man. Solid week.
All right.
Football's back.
All right.
Let's go, America.
Football's back.
Let's go, America.
Let's go. And international break if you're into soccer. That's also something to mention. But let's go ahead and wrap it up. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm Michael Ante. That's Kyle Heath. And this has been the MT Podcast, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So peace out, keep gaming, and take it easy.